How long it's been? Well, fuck. Hello everybody, what you've just seen is my map that was recently updated. Even though a video about it was published a year ago, I haven't forgotten this map and during this year updated it several times, but was just too lazy to make an appropriate showcase of it. So here we go. This map is called Combat Platform, a map that was initially inspired by Ultrakill Cybergrind mode. Here your main goal is the same, to reach the highest wave you can, but I tried to implement vanilla combat into this so that you could try your micro skill with the small arena in the void. But as my map was receiving updates, it started to become something that's not only trying to be like Ultrakill, but something that can now offer a new experience. I added new modes, reworked mechanics and different maps. If you want to download it, watch till the end. There will be a guide for it, or you can go into the description now and download it at planetminecraft.com. Everything important will be in the readme txt file. So, why did I keep updating my map and what has changed particularly? I'll start with the first question. Initially this map was supposed to have only one mode, a currency-based mode, where you have to kill waves of monsters at the arena and buy stuff between these waves. But it was too hard for me then, so I just let people make their own kits, which would gear every wave. Then I thought that it is too easy for players, so I made a new mode, hardcore mode, or so-called last standing mode. You cannot re-gear, and if any of your teammates dies, they'll have to wait till the game is over. Additionally, I increased the difficulty and also gave mobs an ability to wear gear and to hold a weapon. This was the first time I reworked the spawn system. As you can guess, later I will have to do it again, but at that time it was this way. With a new mode, I also wanted to give players some kind of customization. Since the only way to customize their experience was trimming their armor, I thought that giving them an ability to change the appearance of their arena would be a good idea, so that's how this rune was born. You can change 5 different themes, which don't differ too much, so this part definitely requires an update. That was the first update, after which I finally decided to make the currency-based mode, which then was called Tycoon mode. Yeah, I know it sounds a bit strange, but it has nothing in common with those Roblox games. As I said, the main feature is that you can buy stuff from villages between waves. By the way, if you wonder how to start a new wave, here's how to do that. If you think that it was easy to make these villages, you're wrong. It took me an entire day to figure out how they work and to make every deal manually. I also reworked spawn area a bit, it used to be like that, and it was the last update in 2025. I didn't do anything till a new update in Ultrakill came out, which added 4 new levels related to the fraud layer. I thought that it would be funny to make something with similar theme on my map, so I added gambling to my map. Did you get that? It's like, okay, the word may not fully describe my update, so let me explain it. First, of course, I added support for 1.21.11 for my map, because in this version spears were added. I also reworked spawn system entirely, as it has lots of drawbacks. For example, you could easily stumble upon a dock for a spider with full diamond gear and then regretted it a lot after trying to attack it. Besides, you could find yourself in a situation where a warden spawns at wave 30 or even 27, and moreover there was no limit on boss count, so technically if you were too unlucky you could face about 20 wardens at wave 30. Yeah. So I opened Desmond's and started to think about a solution. I have also made a new mob table in Excel. By the way, before that I stored information about mob tiers at this chest. I know it's too dumb. I see you're a bit bored listening to that technical stuff, so to the main feature of this update, gambling mode, or simply random mode. I think this is the hardest mode, even though I intended last standing mode to be the hardest. Here you start with nothing and after each wave you receive at least one item. It can be anything, started with a simple stick and ending with a freaking protection 7 gold armor and a nuclear weaponry. But that was only on paper. I also needed to somehow make it work in the game, and the best solution to give people random items turned out to be loot tables. I spent literally 2 days writing these in the notepad. You think I made only one loot table for an entire mode? No, I had to manually add items to 18 loot tables. Why are there so many loot tables? Because I can't simply let random rule the game. I need to make an appropriate progression system that will go foot to foot with the mob difficulty. I made tiers for 3 categories: armor, weapon and items. And while I was adding items to the loot table, I came up with an idea to make random events that will occur in this mode. I made 15 of them, and I won't spoil anything for you, but I will give you a small piece of advice. Always keep an extra weapon in your inventory. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I advise you to try your skill on my map. Who knows, maybe you'll set a new record here. If you wonder, mine is wave 31. To download my map, go either to my Discord and download it there, or go to Planet Minecraft link down in the description. I haven't tested it on versions above, so I recommend that you play on 1.21.11. Simply put the world file into saves and enjoy the game. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Oh my god.